The following video has been made available with closed captions for the hard of hearing and in described video for the visually impaired. Please visit the description below for more details. Sony used to be one of the largest players in the audio industry, pardon the pun. They particularly revolutionized the portable audio industry twice, one after another with the Sony Walkman and the Sony Discman. Even today, they produce some of the best Bluetooth speakers and wireless headphones. But there was a time when they didn't have control of the industry. This was when music started to become easily available as MP3s, and MP3 players like the iPod started taking over the industry. Everyone remembers the iconic touch navigation wheel and the subsequent releases of the iPod Shuffle, iPod Nano, and iPod Touch. But what did Sony have to offer? Welcome to Mobile Museum. This is the Sony Walkman NWZ-E463 4GB. I remember paying around $50 for it at Best Buy many years ago. I think it originally retailed around $70, which was not so bad. If you wanted the optional feature accessory bundle, it would be an extra $30 more. It first competed with the iPod Nano in terms of features. They both had a screen and a D-pad for navigation. At first glance, they seem similar, but they're vastly different. One of the things that is instantly noticeable with the Walkman is that it is a lot thicker and more utilitarian than the sleek, curved iPod. The Walkman has a fully plastic body, with the front covered by a sheet of glossy plastic, and the rear with a durable solid black plastic. Under the glossy plastic, it has a pattern on it that is unique for each color, which I thought is pretty cool. Each color also has its own background to match. The device is not so sexy compared to the Nano, but it shows Sony's design prowess through other means. Unlike the iPod's futuristic touch wheel, this one may be just a bunch of buttons, but some have a special tactile bump that indicates its function. The volume up button has a bump while the volume down omits it. The hold switch has 3 bumps in a row, so not to be confused with the volume rocker. Even having a volume rocker is somewhat of a luxury, with most other devices integrating them with a D-pad. The hold switch is also unexpectedly convenient. For those who don't know, when it is active, the device will not register any inputs. This means that even if it is in your pocket and you push a button by accident, nothing will happen. The center button is also concaved and has a bump. These small, subtle design elements are important because it allows every button to be able to be accessed without looking, which is great when you have the MP3 player in your pocket and you want to use it. Overall build may feel cheap, but the plastic is super lightweight and durable. The battery life is quite long, especially compared to smartphones today. It lacks any other frills like Wi-Fi and even chooses to omit Bluetooth. It clearly presents itself as focused on delivering an audio experience without games and such. One of my favorite features it has is its ability to listen to the radio. Sometimes people forget it as a source of free news and entertainment. It's always a nice to have. It also has what they call a Sense Me channel. Basically, it will analyze your music and determine what mood it represents. Then, if you want to listen to music of a certain mood, you can select that channel and it will shuffle the music that it associates with that mood. I think that it is a creative and useful feature which more devices should adopt, though also a bit strange. Aside from gimmicks, it also has an EQ and other music profiles. That isn't really my thing, but it's good it's there. What I do like is the presence of speed controls. You can speed up or slow down tracks. It's useful for podcasts and such. I think I've hammered home the point that this MP3 player is good, or at least I like it. It makes a lot of sense for people who care about their music, or want a solid experience by a reputable brand. But what went wrong? Why was it not able to compete, or have such a large cultural following like it once did? I think the most obvious thing is that it did not bring meaningful change to the industry. Sure, it was a pleasure to use, and it did just about everything the iPod could, but it wasn't better. Firstly, the Walkman should have started out at 8GB. 4GB is acceptable for a device without a screen, but for those who want their entire library of music on their device, 8GB is a must. I understand that a lot of other MP3 players had less, but most of them also had a micro SD card slot, which the Walkman also lacks. Sony's insistence to restrict users to the proprietary Media Go app was frustrating as well. It wasn't awful, it worked most of the time. It's just hard to understand what benefit it brought. It made everything take longer, and most other MP3 players just had a drag and drop system. Not only was their software proprietary, they also had a proprietary connector. That means if anything breaks, it's a pain in the butt to fix. I think Sony really wanted to be Apple, and in this situation, it worked against them. To be clear, I'm not saying that annoying and greedy proprietary features killed this Walkman for the public. I think that it was one of the reasons, but in the end, I don't think it was even close to the main reason. This MP3 player didn't stand a chance against the character, marketing, and image of the iPods. But in one area where they did have the lead, in usability, they stepped forward and took 2 steps back. It just feels like one side of the design team wanted a device that could be more usable than the iPod in every aspect, but the other side decided to contradict the first side and intentionally make it less usable in many ways. For the audience who is not as easily convinced by marketing and more by spec sheets, they had them in the first half. But for the second half, it was clear there were better options. I think that if the Walkman wanted to win with this product, they should have dedicated themselves to winning over the more technically inclined market and have those customers recommend this product to the normal folk. Instead, this product is split between those two audiences, and winning neither of them over by having neither the marketing nor the superior usability. On paper, I don't see any reason for anyone to really have a good reason to buy this, with so many strong alternatives, but I do really like this product still, even if it's for no one. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It's a bit longer than usual. I had a bit more to say this time around. If you want to see more like this, feel free to check out my channel. We will also be uploading next week at the same time. I hope to see you there.